Hey guys, I want to start with something that I think a lot of people in this space don't actually talk about enough. There's a real difference between someone who reads about crypto platforms and someone who actually operates them day to day. And I've been on the second side of that for a few years now. I build out testing routines, I run platforms through multiple scenarios, and I only form an opinion once I have enough real data to back it up. So this platform right here has been part of my rotation for the past couple of weeks, and what I've accumulated over that time is enough firsthand experience to actually say something useful about it. Then I want to close out with something I think deserves its own space in this conversation: how to protect yourself in this environment from someone who has learned that the hard way.
All right, let's get into it. I'm clicking launch right here, and there we go. Dashboard is loaded. So this is the operational hub. Session controls, live monitoring data, everything I work with during a run is on this single screen right in front of me. Okay, so first thing I'm doing is locking in a token, and I want to actually draw attention to this. It operates on multi-chain tech, which means I'm sitting here right now with 14 different assets to select from. That's not a small list. That's real practical flexibility depending on what I'm working with at any given moment. All right, token is confirmed. Now I'm moving into the data center settings. So what I'm doing here is calibrating how the session is going to perform, the depth of the resource commitment, the overall processing intensity, and how the system is going to operate throughout the run. And the reason I approach this carefully rather than just pushing everything to maximum is that these parameters have a direct effect on the fee percentage at the end. So there's actual reasoning behind how I set this up. Okay, I'm satisfied with these. Pressing start now, and all right, session is live. Console is running in real time right here, elapsed time, current resource load, my session progress, and there's a live panel feed that I keep my eye on throughout the run because it gives me a live read on how the system is actually performing under the hood. So I'm going to give this a few minutes to work, and then I'll take you through the full withdrawal process from start to finish. Okay guys, so let me close this session out now. Okay, pop-up is right here on screen. Session is complete, and it's showing me the exact token count from this run right here. That's the output. That's what the session produced. So to actually move out TRX, step one is adding my receiving address. Let me get that sorted now. Okay, address is in. Next up is the infrastructure covering. That's the platform's charge for the session, and it's derived from the configuration I had set and the total time the session was active. Clean and transparent calculation. And this is something I want to flag. I have complete freedom over which token I use to settle this. It's just whatever's most practical for me at this particular moment. There's also a wallet connect option that takes care of the whole thing automatically, but I'm walking through this manually today so that every step is clearly visible and nothing happens off camera. Everything is in, confirm it, and now we're just waiting on the cover to process. That should come through quickly. So while that's clearing, I want to spend just a moment on what cloud mining actually is. So the model itself is pretty clean when you strip it down. Instead of investing in physical mining hardware, running it at home, absorbing the electricity costs, and dealing with the maintenance, I'm accessing computing infrastructure that already exists inside a professional data center. I configure the session parameters, the system operates on their side, and the mined output routes directly to me. That's it. I'm essentially connecting to a running operation and directing the results toward myself. And because that model appears so low friction from the outside, this particular niche has consistently attracted projects that are built to imitate it without actually delivering it. So a few things that are just standard in my evaluation process now. First, I look at the platform itself, how it actually presents when I arrive on it. And I know that sounds like a superficial starting point, but it's consistently one of the most reliable early signals I've come across. Fakes almost always expose themselves in the design before anything else. Something about the page doesn't hold together the way a properly built product does. Second thing, I actually put myself through the platform as a user. I navigate, I try things, I pay attention to how the interface behaves when I'm genuinely interacting with it rather than just looking at it. If it feels like the user experience was never seriously tested before launch, dead ends, interactions that don't fully resolve,
flows that require effort to follow, that's a direct signal about the standard the team behind it actually held themselves to.
Okay, so to close this out, I want to say something that I think actually means something coming from someone who does this professionally. I didn't test this platform lightly. I ran over 35 sessions across multiple weeks. I worked through essentially the complete asset list, and I approached every single session with active skepticism, because that's the only way this kind of testing actually produces useful information. And what I found consistently, without exception, is that this platform does exactly what it says it does. Every session processed cleanly, every withdrawal came through the way it was supposed to, and at no point across any of those runs did anything happen that made me stop and reassess what I was looking at. That's not something I say about many platforms, and I think that's worth more than any polished review I could put together. So, link pinned in the comments. All right, guys, catch you next.